Okay, so continue natin yung ating recording kasi naputol na siya kanina. So now, ipapakita ko sa inyo, mas i-explain ko yung presentation ng ating financial statements. So, using again the example dun sa worksheet na pinakita ko kanina. So, dito tayo. So, again, kapag gagawa tayo ng income statement or ng financial statement, ang unang-unang gagawin is ang income statement kasi yung makukuha natin doon, yung net income, ita-transfer natin yun sa balance sheet or sa statement of financial position. So, again, kapag gagawa tayo ng any financial statement, dapat meron talagang heading. So, ang pinakaunang makikita natin dyan is yung name ng business, and then yung pangalan ng ating statement, the statement of comprehensive income. The same lang yan sa statement of financial performance or income statement. And then, nakalagay sa baba, for the year ended December 31, 2000X. Ibig sabihin, yung pinapakitang figure dito is para lang talaga sa taong ito. So, next year, iba na naman. So, again, yung elements na present dito is yung ating income and ating expense. So first, professional fee of 20,000. Kung titingnan nyo yung inyong worksheet sa likod, professional fees, meron tayong 20,000. So, kapag gagawa kayo nito, kahit wala na kayong worksheet, ang titingnan nyo lang again yung inyong adjusted trial balance. Since accounting process ito, kung ano yung huling process na ginawa nyo, dun lang yung titingnan nyo. So, bawas natin. Ito yung presentation niya ha. Revenue, bawas natin yung kanyang mga naging operating expenses. Kung ano yung ginamit na account title like this, professional fees yung gamitin nyo. Hindi kayo pwedeng gumamit ng service income or revenue, service revenue. So, kung ano yung ginamit, yun talaga. Less natin yung salaries, given naman, makikita nyo naman dito sa ating adjusted trial balance, yung ating salaries, depreciation expense, supplies expense, utilities expense, and bad debts expense. Ang importante lang dito, alam nyo kung anong ang account title, anong classification ng account title. Is it an asset? Is it a liability? Capital, income, or expense? And then, total natin yan. We have 15,300. So, yun, ibabawas natin yung ating revenue sa ating expenses. So, kapag positive yung lumabas, ibig sabihin meron tayong net income. Kapag mas malaki yung revenue kesa sa expenses natin, ibig sabihin kumikita yung business. Pero kapag ka naman mas malaki pa yung expense mo kesa dun sa nakukuha mo, naging revenue mo, malamang loss na yon, or yung tawag doon is net loss. Tapos lalagyan mo yung amount ng parenthesis. So, open and close parenthesis para ma-identify siya being loss. So, next is before tayo mag-balance sheet, dun muna tayo sa statement of owner's equity. Okay, next. Statement of owner's equity or statement of changes in owner's equity. Again, huwag kakalimutan yung heading natin. For the year ended December 31, 2000X, magsisimula tayo sa ating beginning capital. Kung makita niyo sa worksheet natin sa likod, meron tayo dyan 100,000 yung ating capital, and then yung nakuha niyong sagot kanina dun sa income statement, transfer nyo ngayon yan dun sa ating statement of equity. So, add nyo lang yan. Kapag loss naman, binabawas natin. So, since net income siya, add natin. And then, meron siyang drawings. Nagkaroon siya ng withdrawal, so babawas natin. Ibig sabihin, yung capital ending natin is 99,700 na lang. So, ganyan lang itsura ng ating statement of changes in owner's equity. Kapag may additional investment naman, add lang natin kasabay ng net income. So, next is punta na tayo sa ating balance sheet. So, sa balance sheet or statement of financial position, ganun pa din heading, pero paki-take note and paki-notice as of December 31, 2000X. Ibig sabihin ng as of, for example, yung business is operating for 3 years na. So, yung pinapakita dito sa ating statement of financial position is good for 3 years na information. Kanina, dun sa ating income statement is good for 1 year only. Kung ano lang yung nangyari ngayong taon, yun lang yung nandun. Pero, sa financial position or yung sa ating balance sheet, ang mga pinapakita dito is start noong nagsimula or from the moment na nag-start yung business hanggang sa ngayon na existing siya. So, yun yung pinapakita dito sa statement of financial position. So, magsisimula tayo from assets down to our capital account. So, sa assets natin, kina-classify natin yung accounts if it is current or non-current. Kapag sinabing current, the asset can be used for 1 year. The asset is collectible for 1 year. So, ganun. Or within the accounting period, it has no restriction as to use. So, ibig sabihin current yung asset na yun. So, example ng current assets are cash, accounts receivable, inventory, supplies, prepaid expenses. So, again, yung amounts, titingnan nyo lang yung inyong adjusted trial balance. So, we have 63. And then, kung mapapansin nyo dito sa ating accounts receivable, pinapakita natin dito yung pagbawas ng ating allowance for bad debts or allowance for doubtful accounts. So, yung net realizable value ng ating accounts receivable is 14,700. And then, prepaid supplies. So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong total current assets of 80,700. Next is itong non-current assets. So, paano natin masasabi na non-current assets? So, normally, kina-classify natin yung asset as non-current if the asset can be used for more than a year. So, for example, yung office equipment natin, yung useful life niya is 3 years. Kung meron tayong mga machine, for 5 years. Land as well. So, those are non-current assets. So, again, pinapresent din dito yung presentation pala natin ng ating mga depreciable assets is at cost. No? Kung magkano natin siya binili, 40,000. So, kung itong ating office equipment is 40,000, hanggang next year, 40,000 pa din yan. Pero yung mag-change dyan is yung ating accumulated depreciation. So, every year, nag-accumulate dyan yung depreciation expense, kung maalala nyo. So, that is 40,000 less 4,000. We have 36. Add lang natin to get the total assets of 116,700 pesos. So, next is the liabilities and the capital. So, dito, meron tayong current liabilities. Since wala namang long-term na mga utang, so current liabilities lang yung meron. So, add lang natin lahat yan, 17,000. And then, yung nakuha natin kanina sa statement of changes in equity, yun na din yung lalagay natin dito sa ating owner's equity sa baba. So, again, add lang natin. Kung maalala nyo yung ating basic accounting equation that asset is equal to liability plus capital. Ibig sabihin, dapat balanse yung mga amounts natin. Yung assets natin is 16,700 and dapat yung liabilities and capital natin is 116,700. Huwag kakalimutan yung double rule. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, yun yung final answer. Or yun yung final na figure talaga ng account. So, the last na statement na ating gagawin is a statement of cash flows. So, kapag gagawa tayo ng cash flow statement, isa sa mga dapat lang nating tingnan is yung ating general ledger ng cash. Kung ano yung mga nakalagay dito, yan lang din yung ilalagay natin sa ating statement of cash flows. Kung mapapansin nyo dito sa baba ng ledger, 63,000. Dito sa baba ng cash flow statement, 63,000. So, ipapakita lang natin kung saan tayo, kung kailan tayo naka-receive ng pera, kailan tayo gumastos. So, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, magsisimula tayo sa operating activities. Pababa, investing and financing. So, dito sa operating activities, yung mga makikita natin dito is first, syempre, yung operations natin. Ano ba yung source ng ating income? Yung source ng ating income is a professional fee. So, ano ba yung mga na-receive natin sa ating professional income? So, kung titingnan natin yung ating debit side, kasi nga, ang debit side natin, yan yung mga na-receive natin, di ba? Kapag nagde-debit tayo ng cash, ibig sabihin yan yung nare-receive natin. So, titingnan natin dito, 12/22, meron tayong na-receive na 5,000. Pangit nga lang yung pinakita niyang general ledger kasi walang particulars. Pero kapag may particulars to, mas mabilis natin malalaman kung ano tong 5,000 na to. So, ito yung naging entry natin doon sa ledger na yung kanina kasi sa worksheet natin. Pakita ko lang yung worksheet natin. Ito yung worksheet. So, meron tayo ditong professional fee. So, meron tayong ditong professional fee na 20,000 and meron tayong accounts receivable na 15,000. So, kung ginawa niya ng entry, ganito yung magiging itsura niya. Nag-debit siya ng cash na 5,000. Ibig sabihin yan yung na-receive. Yan yung nakita nyo kanina doon sa inyong general ledger. Nasa na ang aking general ledger? Yan, yung 5,000 dyan. Yan yung galing sa professional fee. So, meron tayo ngayong cash receipt from professional income of 5,000. So, again, no, wag kayong malilito sa statement of cash flows kasi nga ang pinag-uusapan natin dito kung paano nagkaroon ng cash, kung paano yung movement ng cash, ano yung mga na-receive and ano yung mga binayad or mga binayaran. So first natin dito is yung na-receive natin. Yung na-receive natin una is yung 5,000. Again, magiging madali to kung merong particulars yung ating ginawang general ledger. So next, since wala namang iba na, kasi itong 100,000 is sa capital ito. That is basically on the financing activities. Punta tayo dito sa ating credit side. So sa credit side naman, kung titingnan natin itong ating credit side, yung 20,000 dito is cash payment of office equipment. So that is for investing activity. Again ha, yung mga nasa credit yan yung mga pinalabas na natin. Mga cash payments na natin. So, yung 5,000, etong 5,000, 6,000, 1,000 na yan. And yung isang 5,000, kung titingnan nyo yung inyong worksheet, nandito siya sa unadjusted trial balance, salaries and wages of 6,000, supplies na 5,000, yung utilities expense na 1,000, and yung nagbayad tayo ng accounts payable. So, Nagbayad ba tayo? So, ayan na siya. Cash payments of salaries na 6,000, supplies, accounts payable, and utility na 1,000 pesos. So, lahat yan lumabas. So, dapat naka-negative yung kanyang sign. So, eto na lahat yung nangyari para sa operating activities natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, again, related siya sa operations and maa-affect niya yung ating current assets and current liabilities. So, 5,000 less natin yung 17,000. Malamang meron tayong negative na 12,000 net cash from operating activities or net cash from operation. Next is the investing activity. Yung 20,000 dito, yun yung pagbili natin ng office equipment. So, since office equipment is a non-current assets, ibig sabihin, dito siya sa investing. So, since payment, bawas ulit, 20,000. Next is the financing activities. So, dito sa financing activities, kung titingnan nyo yung naka-debit na 100,000, yan yun kanina yung sinabi ko. Again, under financing, yung affected is yung capital, 100,000. And then the owner's drawing na 5,000. Ito yung nasa adjustment 5 siguro. Yes, yan yung adjustment 5 na 5,000. So, ibabawas natin. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong 95,000 for the capital, yung nagkaroon ng effect sa ating capital. Since wala nang iba, na-plot na lahat. So, yung total natin, negative 12,000, negative 20,000, and yung 95,000. So, yung total nun is 63,000. So, itong 63,000, yan yung nakita nyo kanina sa ating balance sheet. So, eto siya. Yung 63,000 na amount. So, hopefully, naintindihan nyo. Alam ko, marami pa din ang nahihirapan kay statement of cash flow. Basta ang sinasabi ko lang sa inyo, ang susundan nyo lang is yung general ledger. Kasi, nandun naman yung total ng ating cash. So, kung meron pa kayong additional questions, chat nyo lang sa ating GC. O kung hindi pa man ako nakakabalik sa inyong mga GC, email nyo ako sa aking email address. So, andun na. Binigay ko naman na. Happy learning and God bless.